These are the 5 mistakes that I made when I was a beginner, and I don't want you to make them. Now remember, these are common mistakes for everyone that is trying to learn how to throw on their own. The first mistake is not doing warm-ups. I know this sounds silly, but trust me, warm-ups are so important. Warm-ups are essential in every field, not only art. Example of football. Before you get into the pitch or before you start the match, you have to do some warm-ups. You have to get ready mentally and physically, and that is something that I really neglected when I was a beginner, and I only realized that years later. Now in our case, warm-ups can be just drawing circles or straight lines or connecting dots with a straight line. And I remember when I was learning how to draw, I was kind of using my wrist to draw the lines, and my drawings always look awful, especially the line drawing. So when I figured out that the practice that I should be making was actually doing some warm-ups where I kind of connect 2 dots and drawing circles and ellipses multiple times before drawing the actual portrait that I want to make or the drawing that I want to make. After a couple weeks, I noticed a significant difference in my line drawing, because when I started implementing this technique, that by the way I have learned from watching Proko YouTube video.
This grip is more comfortable for using the tip of the pencil.
I noticed that I should be drawing with my shoulder and my arm in general, rather than using my wrist to draw those lines. So these type of warm-up sketches really helped me improve my line art, and even today before I start drawing, I take a few minutes to do those warm-ups. Really wish I knew this before, because when I learned about this, it actually improved my drawing skills. Now the next mistake that I was doing, and I think this is common to all of us, was trying to get the details first. Focusing on the details is one of the biggest mistakes you can do as a beginner, because you don't have the knowledge and the experience it takes to use a more direct approach. That's why it's really important to learn about shape design. Shape design in portrait basically means focusing on the overall shape of the head, breaking the shapes into 3 categories: the measured shapes, which are the silhouette of the head and the contour lines in general, okay, those big blocky shapes of the character or the person you're drawing. Those measured shapes can be broken down into secondary shapes, which are the planes, and the last shapes are the detailed shapes. These are the values, the details on the eyes, nose, and so on. So learning how to go from general to specific is really important, and as a beginner I used to jump right into the specific, and my drawings always end up looking bad. So this is the common mistake that not only me but most of us were making, and I really hope you start to view things from a general point of view. Going from general to specific is the key to learning how to draw. Now the next mistake that I was making was not having a clear goal with my drawing. As a beginner, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just drawing based on instincts. I don't really know if I have like clear goals of what I want to make, because I'm a self-taught artist, and when you don't have a teacher, eventually YouTube and social media becomes your teacher. Today you want to learn how to draw portraits, tomorrow you want to draw figures. But now I know that I have to set goals, and before I draw anything, I have to ask myself whether this thing that I'm trying to learn meets my goal. Now this could be, for example, wanting to learn how to draw portraits. Now if you want to do so, you need to set specific goals based on the levels of importance. Now you don't want to learn how to shade right away, because shading is not the most important part in learning how to draw. So you have to start from the fundamentals, which are shape design or form, or from the most basic things. For example, learning how to draw lines. You have to say to yourself that I'm going to draw, for example, the basic shapes such as boxes, cylinders, spheres, all of those shapes, and I'm not going to focus on anything. Now once you set those goals and you meet the goals, you need to go to a more challenging goal, and that way you're going to see significant improvement. But before, I did not know about it. I was just focused on finding a reference photo and try to draw it. and it didn't really help me. It helped me at some point, but I didn't see any significant improvement. I remember when I was a beginner, I started drawing from observation, but I was so bad at drawing. I was not able to draw what I see in real life. At some point, I just gave up drawing from observation and I focused mainly on references from photographs. Now, there is nothing wrong with drawing from photographs, but no matter how good photographs are, they are not as good as the real world. You have more story to tell and you have more visual library when you go outside and you explore things. And the irony about this is, even today, I'm not going outside to draw, and this is something that I have to do in order to become a better artist, because I want to be able to draw anything, and I actually want to learn to draw from imagination. And one of the key things you have to do in order to draw from imagination is to have as much information from the real world as possible, so that you can be able to use those references that you have in your mind to draw from imagination. And drawing from observation is more fun. I'm really tired staying at home and drawing from references. This is something that I don't want to do in the future. I really want to go outside and explore and draw even more. And if you take any great artist, you see that they have one thing in common, and that is they draw very often from observation, and they have a lot of visual library. You cannot have that amount of information with photographs. And the last mistake that I made, and I'm still making, but I'm trying to fix it, is avoiding drawing with ink. Drawing with ink is one of the fastest ways to actually improve your drawing skills, and this is something that I avoided because I was afraid to make mistakes. And using a pencil gives you a lack of confidence, because whenever you draw, you always go back to your backup plan, which is using an eraser. And the more you erase, the more likely you're going to make the same mistakes again and again. But when you use a pen or ink, you have to pay close attention to your hand-eye coordination, and that allows you to be more confident with your lines, especially when you revert back to drawing with pencil. So I started drawing with ink, and I think it's interesting. I'm still learning, so I have a long way to go, but I think I am confident enough to start using ink, and I'm really sure that I'm going to improve a lot faster than when I use a pencil. Now, these are the mistakes that really slowed me down. I wish I knew before so that I could avoid them. But of course, making mistakes is part of the journey, but try to learn from them so that you can become a better artist. So this is the end of this video. I hope you relate to what I said, to what I shared with you, and let me know in the comment section if there are some mistakes that you found out and that you have corrected. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really appreciate. Now, if you want to support me as an artist, I have demos on my Patreon. There is the link in the description. It's just $5 a month. You can support me. Another way you can support me is through my YouTube channel. You can comment on my videos or watch my videos to the end, because that allows me to have more watch time. You can subscribe also and like my video. Thanks so much. I appreciate you. See you in the next video.